Hey up and welcome back. We are here with Team 2 of the Journeyman, Season 2. We are here with Yeovil in the National League South. We're just going to load up the season preview. We are predicted to finish 4th. Southend and Eastleigh, the two relegated sides, kind of up there as favourites, and Maidstone, who have a decent team, are third. I think we need to be looking at instant promotion. We need to be fighting with Southend, who are the clear favourites. So we've had a big pre-season. So if we just have a look, we started with a 6-0 win against FC Bristol. Nice confidence booster there. Is exactly what you expected. I tried to do pre-season with the players that were our players starting, and then filling the rest of the squad up with guys that were on trial. We had hundreds of trialists come through. We then went away to Taunton and won 4-1. Maguire Drew started really well. And yeah, picked up both Jordan Young and Sonny Lowever, and both picked up injuries in this. Didn't we pick one up in it? No, we didn't. We then played Chelmsford, who I believe are the league, same league as us, and got a nice 3-2 win. Kind of a 3-2 flattered them more than it was us. Than it, as a fair representation of the game, because we were a better team, and they got a early penalty and then went 2-1 up just for half time. Second half, we come out, took control. Then played Boreham Wood at a 0-0. I feel like this game. How did this game go? Yeah, we hung on a little bit here. We were not particularly great. They dominated the ball, had more chances, but we forced them into a lot of off-target shots. We then played Forest Green and got a 1-1 draw. Went down early to Matty Stevens' goal. But you look at them stats, we dominated this game, and that was positive for me, because I was like, do you know what? We've just dominated a game in which this is a team that are 2 divisions higher than us. I'm sure they're 2 divisions higher than us. Then played Birmingham, had a 0-0 draw. Do you know what? We held our own pretty well in this game. They did have a goal ruled out for offside, but we were the better team in this game as well. They held more of the ball, but we limit them to very little. Then we played Barnet, and Barnet finished in the playoff finals last season, losing to Dagenham. We dominated this game. The fact we missed a penalty, the fact that we didn't win this game was a travesty. We were the better team, no doubt about it. And then we finished with a 3-2 loss to West Ham, in which we went 2-0 up by half time. The second half, they brought on more of their first team players, got a goal back. The Danny Ings goal was so frustrating because our centre back had gone down injured. We'd done everything to make the sub, and it just didn't go through. And Danny Ings got played in behind because we were a centre half down. But we start this episode with a game against Hampton and Richmond. One of the things I'm going to show you, we should look at is transfers. There's been a lot. We're currently looking at bringing in Daniel Martin in as a left back. I think we're still in the market for a left back, a rotation centre back, and a striker. A striker has been a big problem for us. But transfer history wise, so we'll start with James Jones. We brought James Jones in. He's a 27-year-old Welsh centre back. Comes in, is automatically a first team player. Picked up an injury, and he's the one that went down injured against West Ham, so he's going to be out for a little while and miss a lot of the start of the season. But for a centre half in this league, he looks like a good acquisition. We then brought in Archie Chaplin, who's a left side. I thought he's a right-footed left back. What's his left foot like? Weak. How is he a left back? We brought in Archie Chaplin. He's coming as a backup centre back. He's happy to be a breakthrough prospect. £300 a week for a player this level, kind of to have 2.5 stars as your backup centre back. It's decent, got a decent amount of pace. A lot of room to work. He's 18. It seemed like a no brainer, to be fair. We also brought in Ben Dzinski. We had like 5 or 6 goalkeepers on trial. There was a couple of them that were outstanding, but a lot of them were asking for star player, stepping stone, 2+ grand a week. And I was like, do you know what? He played the first few friendlies and he played really well. And I was like, for 850 quid a week on a 2-year deal. 28-year-old, he's got experience. He's not a bad keeper for this level. We'll take him. We brought in Lewis Gard. Lewis Gard's come in as a squad player. Centre midfielder, can kind of fill all of the roles we've got. He's not going to set the world on fire. He's an happy guy, but like he does a job as a fringe player on a 1-year deal. Kind of see how it goes. We brought in Jordan Thomas, right back's a position that we had a first choice right back, but we needed some squad depth. Technically, he's okay, and mentally he's okay. It's more physically. We had a lot of right backs that came in that were good at defending, lacked any kind of physicality, and I was like, in a league like this where pace is such a big thing, we needed someone that had a bit of pace about them. We brought in Oliver Shannon, guy that you guys might remember from Solihull. We actually agreed a fee for this guy at Solihull, but he wanted too much money at Solihull, so we've agreed for him to join. He can play centre midfield, can cover right back in an emergency, aggressive and brave. What he lacks in kind of the technicals, he makes up with how aggressive and the fact that he'll throw himself into anything. Okay, natural fitness, 6 foot tall, gives us a bit of height. But with Joey Jones, he played when he was on trial. The plan was never to bring him in, but I didn't want to. As you can see, we pay quite a bit in wages in this league, and I didn't want to. I wasn't gonna bring him in, and I was like, you know what? He played a load of friendlies for us. He can cover defensive midfield and centre defence. Decent size, okay technically. Mentally, he's all right. As a squad player, like I felt like it was kind of a no-brainer. And the final signing, we didn't actually need a winger, but when Romeo Beckham pops up, you kind of go, if we can get him on a decent deal, you've got to take it. So Romeo Beckham has joined the club on a 2-year deal. Hopefully we can get some good crosses whipped in. So that is the signings we made. We're still in the market for a couple, and this is the tactic we're kind of going with. We spent a lot of pre-season it was slightly higher tempo, go wide, kind of. And then there was games where we weren't dominating the ball, and I'm like, in this league, we're one of the better teams, so why not play to that, and why not kind of go, all right, we're one of the better teams in this league, let's hold the ball, let's not just be throwing the ball away and turning it over all the time, let's actually dominate games. So we start the season at Hampton and Richmond, or we start at home, but we're playing Hampton and Richmond. This is your lineup. In goal, we've got Dzinski. At right back, Statham, Jones, Haste, and Chaplin as a back four. To be fair, actually, we're going to stick with Haste at left back. Shannon sat just in front with Naughty and Low Everton as the 2 centre midfielders. Young on the left, Beckham on the right, Maguire drew up front. We've played Alex Fisher for a lot of pre-season. He got 4 in 6. The problem is, he's no Mark Beck. And so, yeah, I felt like a lot of the games he kind of didn't really do anything. But that is your lineup. Let's get into the game. All right, first highlight, Beckham tries to do something. Oh, paces through. Oh, and Dzinski makes a good save. He goes here to Beckham, back to Statham, lofted in. Young tries to get up there. Young's not exactly a target winger, if I'm honest. Beckham back here with the ball, back here to Jones. It's a shame that we haven't got our starting centre-back partnership. One of the other centre-backs we've got is serving a ban. He's got a 3-game ban from last season. Young ball in, Beckham! And it's Beckham! And what a start for the young lad in this team. Romeo Beckham, remember the name. Young, who constantly whinges he doesn't like the fact that we have crossing as a part of our tactic. Whips a cross into the back post, and Beckham rises above Olofinjana and heads us 1-0 up. And that is a fantastic start to his Yeovil career. All right, Haste with a throw. Goes here to Young, to Haste. It's cleared. Hall goes here to Loza, to Pace. Back to Doughty. Goes over the top to Sanupe. We don't deal with it like we should. Ball's ripped in, and what a save. Everton to Shannon, to Statham. Back to Jones, to Shannon. Back to Jones. Jones. Calling Joey Jones. Naughty. Right out here to Young. Ooh, good save by the keeper. Right, Beckham to whip this ball in. It's a good ball and all. Hall's going to dive in head of that clear ahead of Naughty. All right, it's another corner for Beckham here. Whips it in. Headed out, and Statham picks it up. Goes back to Beckham. I think he's offside. It's gone back to Naughty. Goes for a long range one. It's hit the post, fallen out, and Jordan Maguire-Drew, who is one of the players we said had to be a big part of this team. We didn't score enough goals last season under previous management. We need a big goal scorer. And the fact that Maguire-Drew has just got there for a tap-in, it's a tap-in, but that he was in the right position is exactly what we need. We wouldn't have been offside there, would he? Even if was it? I hate when they show the wrong, like they'd show a line for saying that's irrelevant. 6% of the ball, 36 minutes in. Maguire-Drew whips this in. Oh, Archie Chaplin with his first goal for the club on his debut. And there's question marks over the defending there. It's not a great ball, and Chaplin gets in there, and Chibueze just cannot keep it out. Goes long to Pace, back to Doughty, back to Sanupe. Goes inside. Hall manages to get there first. Goes out here to Loza. You can see exactly what they wanted. Like Hall was making that move. Big deflection, and no one followed Rob Hall there, and we've conceded. And that's disappointing. It's not the centre-back partnership we want to be playing. This is like when Tottenham bust out Royal and Ben Davis, in all fairness. Big deflection, takes it straight into the path of Hall. Otherwise, I think Dazinski probably would come out and collect that. All right, second half. Chibueze with a goal kick, and it's not a great one. And Beckham gets there first. Statham to Beckham to Low Everton. A player I'm expecting big things from. Statham to Naughty. Oh, he's hit the woodwork again. Haste to Shannon, keeps the move alive. Shannon goes all the way back here to Chaplin. I feel like this. Yeah. All right, big goal kick. Haste wins that. You expect him to win that over Rob Hall. Beckham, back to Shannon, to Statham, to Jones. We're playing a little bit of nice football here. Young out here. Goes to Haste, ball in from deep, and Beckham gets his second goal of the game. Another header, not what you expect to hear with a name Beckham. You don't expect to hear Beckham scoring headers. But he gives us a 4-1 lead. It's a good ball by Haste. Just lofts it up, and Beckham again beats his fullback. And I was about to take him off. But I don't feel like I should do that right now. All right, Maguire-Drew here on the left. We've moved him over to the left because we brought on Fisher up front. And we're letting Loza just run through us. And again, we're just... What is it with this league and not being able to deal with crosses? All right, it's time to make the other subs. We're going to get... And that is full time. We win 4-2. The XG of the game is actually a lot closer than a 4-2 win would suggest, but I think it's more their chances were kind of crosses straight into the 6-yard box. I'll take 4 goals in our first game. Well done, lads. Good win. Hey up, and welcome back to part 8 of the Journeyman on Football Manager 2024. We are here with Yeovil. We are 6 games in. We played the games we were meant to play off camera. There was no drama. So we left off after the 4-2 win at Hampton and Richmond. We then went away to Truro and won 3-0 with 2 own goals. One of them was an own goal. The other one was on target. But yeah, we came over 3-0 win. We then had Dartford visit and we absolutely put them to the sword with a 4-0 win. We then had Maidstone, and that was our first big test because they were the first team we were going up against that were a professional side. And we got a 2-1 win. Goals from Chaplin after 9 minutes, and then Sonny Low Everton put us 2-1 up after 29 minutes. Towards the end, they really started to put some pressure on us, but we came away with a win. We then played Hemel Hempstead, and we had to rest a few players. Like Sonny Low Everton started up front. We had a couple of players that were just either not fit or had taken little knocks in previous games. And we got a really disappointing 1-1 draw. We went 1-0 up, and then it was all Hemel Hempstead. We had a few chances, but it's a disappointing draw, but we remained unbeaten, and we have just put 4 past Enfield Town for a 4-1 win. I said that we should run away with this league, and I'm kind of standing by that. A lot of these games we're not great in, but we're getting by on the fact that we just have sheer quality over opponents. So we've got games against Salisbury and St Albans. Ironically, they come on Saturday, Monday. So there's going to have to be some rotation for both games. We're going up against Salisbury, play a 5 at the back. So here's your lineup to take on Salisbury. We're going to go with Dudzinski in goal, Statham, Siddick, Chaplin, Hayes, Staunton, Worthington, Naughty, Beckham, Young, and Maguire. By the way, his rating may not... His last 5 game rating might not be that great. All right, start the game off with a Salisbury free kick. Chaplin heads it clear. It's gone straight back to Allen. Good save by Duds. By Dudsy in goal. All right, Cisse with the corner. And he comes and claims that. But he has just picked up an injury. Oh, come on. What is it? Potential hand. Oh, he's broke his finger, ain't he? Will Buse, looks like you're back in. Oh, that's not good because Dudzinski's been really good for us. He's pulled off a lot of really good saves. All right, it's half time and there has not been a highlights. All right, we have a throw in here. Haste to Young. I was just about to make a early change. Let's see if that's going to change with... Oh, Naughty loses the ball, but Young picks it up. Taking on his men. Ball over the top for Young. That is fantastic play. What a save by the keeper. All right, Cisse with a throw here for Salisbury. Ball over the top. Bussy comes and collects that. All right, it's a corner here. Young puts this in. Staunton. Oh. And that is full time. We drop points here to Salisbury. And you look at their match stats. And you have to ask, how did we not score? 81% of the ball and 16 shots, 6 on target. All right, so here is your lineup for the game against St Albans. We have Ollie Wright. We've just secured Ollie Wright on a 5-month loan from Southampton. 3-star goalkeeper with potential. It's the shortest I could do. If I could have done it for like a 2-month loan, I would have done. But yeah, we've got him on a 5-month loan deal. I imagine he'll be recalled relatively quickly once the big Duds is back. Thomas will make his debut. Sidic, James Jones is back from... he's only recommended for 45 minutes. All right, he can play longer than that. James Jones is back from his injury, and Martin will make his debut. Shannon comes into midfield with Worthington and Naughty. Asamuga, Young, and Maguire Drew at a forward 3, and the bench is Buse, Joey Jones, Lewis Godd, Beckham, and Fisher. We also signed Nana Boateng on loan from Millwall. Ideally, coming in as a striker, but the fact that he can play on both wings is just one of them good players to have. All right, we start with Martin here with a throw in. He goes to Young, Young to Naughty. It's a poor pass, but it's a completely blind pass by Naughty. Oh, and Smith is in down the wing here. We've pushed him out wide well, but that's where we concede all our goals. What a tackle by Sidic. Really, lads? Ball's out here with Crane. Good tackle by Worthington. Goes to Asamoga. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Naughty on here. There's the ball to the wing out here to Young. Young. It's gone for goal, and that was the wrong decision. But we've recycled the ball. Shannon. Tom. Oh, that's a fucking awful pass. All right here with a goal kick. And it's straight to St Albans. Thompson on the ball. Clark. Got a ball round there to... Oh, Martin does really well. But he's not being helped out here. And the cross comes in. It's headed. I should have played Boosie. That's poor, lads. Who are they blaming for this? Sidic will have to take the blame for the goal. Robinson crosses it into the back post. Wins the header and Wright just completely misses it. Sidic should get in the way of it, but that's poor. Are you kidding me? Potential arm injury for Ollie Wright. Just have no words. 2 goalkeepers in 2 games. All right, it's corner just before half-time. Go to the back post. Sidic. Oh, headed out. It's going to make it all the way back to Jordan Maguire-Drew. And shot straight at the goalkeeper. We're going at half-time 1-0 down. And as you can see, we've not really got into this game. All right. Throw in here with Martin. To Young. Back to Martin. To Naughty. To Worthington. Round here to Maguire-Drew. Gets us back into this game. I feel like he's almost scored as many goals this season as he did last season. It's good little intricate play here. Maguire-Drew, Martin to Naughty. Goes across here to Worthington, who ran the corner to Maguire-Drew. And first time, he shoots into the bottom corner. And we've just had one of them good old FM random snapping of someone and sees Jordan Thomas on his debut, who's having a mare anyway, get a straight red card. All right, so we're going to a 4-4-1. Worthington, Naughty is coming off to be replaced by guard. All right, Maguire-Drew with a corner. It's headed out. Beckham's going to pick it up. Where's he going with it? Goes back to... It's a penalty. Maguire-Drew has been wiped out in the box and the referee has pointed for a penalty. We missed the last penalty we took. I'm pretty sure it was Warburton. It's Worthington. And guard buries it and we are 2-1 up. Somewhat against a run of play. It's a goal on his debut instantly. I would have thought it would have been... It's a poor penalty at that. He does KO with his eyes. Oh, come on. Not an instant highlight. All right. Parnington goes back to Clark. There's 8 minutes of the game to go. Ball over the top. And Sidic's headed it clear. It's a corner ball. Buse gets it clear. All right. Instructions. Time wasting all the time. Passing directness, slightly more direct. Pass into space. Let's just hold shape. Let's see if we can hold on for the final 5 minutes now. And it's a throw in to St Albans. It's cross whipped in. Oh, it's off the bar again. Oh my God, we are playing dangerously. It's another one, another highlight. Foyo goes to Thompson, here to Radari, to Thompson, to Parnington, Thompson. He's gone for goal, and it's probably the wrong decision. We're actually going to go very defensive. We're just going to 8 minutes of stoppage time as we just try and hold on here. Lewis Gard has picked up. It looks like he's cut his hand. He can deal with that. And we do get the win. Not deserved in any way, shape, or form. Will Buse getting man of the match after we signed a goalkeeper to replace him and make him the backup, who's got injured. He's come off the bench, got man of the match. And to be fair, even with like the match stats, XG wise, we weren't poor. I made one small tactical change that changed it from the first half, and that was we slowed the game down. We slowed down our own tempo. Well done, lads. That was a good win. We just slowed the tempo, and that ticked the box, and suddenly we went from 25% to 38% possession and created a chance. Okay, so I think we come back for the Southend game. Depending on our second qualifying round of the FA Cup, I imagine that'll fit in that gap, because otherwise that's a big break between games. But I think we come back for the Southend game. Or to be fair, I think we might actually come back for these two. I feel like that's the two other professional sides. Eastleigh are currently top of the table, and Southend are in 12th. I think we realistically look at coming back for these two games. Hey up and welcome back to part 9 of the Journeyman save on Football Manager 2024. We are back with Yeovil Town in the Vanarama National South. I just did an entire intro and realised that I was going over stuff that happened in the last episode. I apologise for what I look like. Today's not a recording day in general for me, but I woke up and edited and was like, as you can tell by my voice, it's going a little bit. I was like, I'm about to get really, really sick, and I didn't want to miss out on how consistent we've been. We've been consistent with this save. We've been uploading when we've said we're going to upload. And so I thought, let's just get the recording in now before my voice completely goes. So, off camera, we played Slough in the National League. We won 1-0. It was, I'm pretty sure we dominated the game. Yeah, look, absolute domination, but it took us until the 54th minute to get a goal. Then we played Bognor Regis and put out an entirely rotated side and got a 90 plus 5th minute goal from Romeo Beckham, his third of the season, to get us into the next round, where we will play Beaconsfield or Cole Shelton Athletic. I'm pretty sure our boss it is to reach the FA Cup proper. I think this is the final qualifying round, so a win there and we're into the FA Cup proper. Bold will be happy. So we are back for games against Eastleigh and Southend. If we have a look at the Slough game. Oh, yeah. No, it was St Albans. So, a quick look at the transfers. I must have shown that in the last, we signed Nana Boateng on a 5-month loan. We're still in desperate need of a striker. Fisher is... Look at the strikers we've got. They're saying Linton's got the most potential. I haven't been particularly impressed with him. We're on the lookout for a striker. As soon as we find one, we'll bring him in. Got rejected by Cargro again. So let's get into this first game. All right, so here is your lineup for the first game against Eastleigh. We're going with Will Buse in goal, Statham, Sidic, Jones, Haste as the back four, Staunton, Low Everton and Naughty in midfield, Beckham, Young and Maguire Drew starting as the striker, with a bench of Rob Hollard, who is an academy product. Not very good, but we with our luck with goalkeepers. Chaplin comes in with Linton, Worthington and Asamuga. Okay, so I'm looking at the Eastleigh lineup, and I'm going to tell you right now there is two players that absolutely terrify me, and that's Paul McCallum and Enzio Baldwin. Baldwin has always been an issue for me in lower league saves, and Paul McCallum a few years ago was at Dagenham, and when we did our Dagenham save, we had a massive falling out with him because he was replaced by Cargbo, and yeah, since then he is the man I love to avoid. Okay, we've got our first highlight. Minute 50 in, Maguire Drew playing as that deep line forwards. It's probably the one position in... I'm going to get onto tactics. I think after this game, we're going to have a little talk about tactics. But Naughty's in here. He goes for goal. He loves going for goal. And he doesn't score enough. All right, we've got another highlight here. Beckham across to Naughty. Out here to Young. Young beats his man. Good ball in. Beckham at the back post. Clamping managed to get it clear, but Beckham's picked it up. He's whipped a great ball in, and a referee has given a penalty. Wants a word with Tomlinson. I don't know what happened there, but Maguire Drew got absolutely flattened, and he's going to step up to take said penalty. He's confident. McDonald saves it. Crap on a cracker. McGrady's going to whip in this corner. It wasn't a bad corner. It's going to come back out for another corner. Young here on the ball. Down the wing. Whips across into the back post. Beckham misses the header. It's fallen as far as McLean, who's going to go route one with it. And Siddick just claims that. Low Everton. Naughty with room to move into. He's got the ball to Young there. Jordan Young puts us 1-0 up. It's great play by Naughty. I think that's why he does them shots from long distance, because then they back off because they think, oh, he's just gonna sky it, and then this great little ball in. He's free in acres of space there, and it's really clever movement from Young in behind the fullback and then across the keeper. Question marks over whether he should do better, but at this level, sometimes the keepers just can't do better. They're going to show that tight. Oh, he's well onside. Free kick for Eastleigh just before half time. We've got it clear, but only as far as the free kick taker. He's pulled it back here. It's been left. And Young, can we start this counter attack? We've got men bombing forwards. Young's it's gone very, very wide. It's gone into the middle to Staunton, who's seen the ball over the top to Hayes. Hayes puts it in. Maguire Drew makes up for the penalty miss with a brilliant header. It's great play by the lads. Yeah, I worried that when Young was pushing wide, we were killing the opportunity. And then when he didn't play it into Hayes, I was really worried. But the ball over the top to Hayes, the centre-back playing left-back, and he pulls it across. And Maguire Drew runs and beats the full-back in the air. Great header. It's 2-0 Yeovil away at Eastleigh. Okay, so we have a Eastleigh what it is. We've just gone to make a couple of changes, so hopefully we don't concede here. Clamp in there to Willoff King to Painter. They're playing some good football, but we're just keeping our shape. So all I can ask for the lads, keep your shape here. If they switched it out to their right winger, we were in some serious trouble there. But McLean is going to take on his man. We're doing well at just holding them off here. Ball in, and Paul McCallum. That's why we sold you and replaced you with Hamdin Cargo all them years ago. Throw into a Yeovil here. Naughty. Goes all the way back to Chaplin, back to Naughty, back to Chaplin, who's just come on the pitch. Out here to Haste, to Young, to Linton. Easy at the post. McCallum beats Staunton in the air there, and now it's Eastleigh. Look like they're going to break on the counter, but Staunton gets across really well. Sideways passing, which we'll let them do that all day long. We're not a pressing team. We could be a pressing team, but we're not. Hayes going up against Baldwin. So ball over the top for McLean into McCallum, who's put it wide. And that was, as the commentary at the bottom said, that was a sitter. And we are at full time. And I think looking at the stats, you could suggest, we've had the same amount of shots and we've only had one shot more on target and they've dominated possession. But you look at the XG, we have fully deserved that. You look at the chance, they created some big chances, but I don't feel like Butte was really, hadn't too much to do. Okay, so here is your lineup for the game against Southend. We're going with the same lineup we started with last game with Butte, Statham, Siddic, Jones, Hayes, Staunton, Naughty, Low Everton, Beckham, Young, and Maguire Drew up front. Bench, Gerard comes in because the other goalkeeper is playing for the under-21s with Chaplin, Asamuga, Worthington, and Nana Boateng comes in. Let's see what we can do against this Southend side. It's a goal kick for Southend to start the game. Young wins that header, gets it out here to Naughty. Play! The ball was on, and Naughty. Haste takes on his man. Can he get a good ball in? He can to the back post to Beckham! And Romeo Beckham gets his 4th goal of the season. I'm pretty sure they've all been headers. We missed out on the opportunity to play the good ball there with Naughty, but Haste does really well as a centre-back plan at left-back, and then Beckham just gets the goal side of his man and heads it down. Adeng Indi had no chance of saving it, and we're 1-0 up after 10 minutes against Southend. Are we taking the piss here? That is 3 goalkeepers in 3 weeks that have picked up injury. And you start to worry now about whether that's our season coming undone with 3 first-team goalkeepers all picking up injuries. Jones, great tackle there. Haste in there to Naughty, gets it just before his man. Jones, Haste, Naughty, Young, Maguire Drew. This is beautiful play. Naughty to Young. Oh, what a ball through to Sonny Low Everton. He's onside. What a blinding goal that is by the lads. I said we were going to talk about the tactic and stuff, and we'll get onto that at the end of this game, but holy choice words. Holy fuck, that is a banging goal. All right, we're going into another highlight here. Cardwell to the back post, Bridge. Jack Bridge gets a goal back for Southend. And I want to say question marks over the goalkeeping, but he's a half a star goalkeeper. Like, he should definitely be saving that. But what can you do? We've got a corner here. Maguire drills it in. Oh, Sidic just hit the bar. The goalkeeper was getting nowhere near that. He hit that with so much power. All right, come on, lads. We've got to protect this keeper. Oh, he's made a save. Hey, we're getting to balance. He controls it well to Young, to Naughty, to Maguire Drew. Back to Young, back to Maguire Drew. This is great play, and that is fantastic football. And do you know what we're going to do right now? We're going to slow the tempo right down and just short, slow, possession-based football. It's a great goal. Been saved by what we've got going forwards in this match. It's great interplay between Young and Maguire Drew there, and he just takes his heart onto his left. Cross the goalkeeper. That is 3-1, and hopefully we can now see this game out. Oh, there's another highlight here for Southend. Ralph goes with a throw. We win the header, but it's back to Ralph. Into Hazel, into Wood, to Kensdale. He goes long with it. Haste controls that so well. Gerard, back to Haste, to Young. It's a poor pass. It's a stupid pass in this situation. With 10 minutes to go, we're 3-1 up. He's lost. That's 2 passes in a row that he's gone. It's like FIFA where you try and make the pass and it gets intercepted, it falls back, so you try and make it again. In here to Dan's, across, Taylor. Should have scored. All right, 30 seconds to go, stoppage time. Mooney here to Scott Murray. Jaden Dan gets it, makes it 3-2 in a game that probably shouldn't be a 3-2 game. I think with a good goalkeeper, we don't concede that, but he should never be getting up between 2 men there. He should never be winning that header against 2 men. Now it's full time. We get a 3-2 win against Southend. The big question now is the situation with Will Boose and what that means for our season coming up. Will Boose has torn his wrist ligaments and will be out for 5 to 7 weeks. That is 3 goalkeepers that have all got injured. Okay, so looking at the fixture list, I think we'll probably come back for Hitchin and Averley, dependent on the FA Cup first round. If that's in before, we'll be back for that game if we make it past Colchester. So, one of the things I want to talk about, and being on the schedule is a good point of reference here. So, we're unbeaten in the league so far this season, and, you know, friendlies were a mixed bag. And a lot of the friendly stuff you can put down to it was friendly, so it wasn't taken as seriously, and you can put it down to the fact that, you know, we lost against teams that were better than us and dropped points against teams that were better than us. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think the tactic is particularly good. I don't think our tactic is... I pride myself quite a lot on Football Manager of being quite tactically astute. I'm not the best, and not by a long shot. But I don't think any of the success that we're having right now is down to the tactic. I think, you know, realistically, you look at it, it is a standard 4-3-3. We've not reinvented the wheel. We're not doing anything that you wouldn't be doing with a 4-3-3. You know, we're playing two wingers, playing fullbacks. It's kind of an old school 4-3-3. If that, you know, the idea is that we counter and regroup. We are being carried purely on the fact of our players are better. Like, I'm not gonna what's it. You know, I'm not gonna say that we're a dominant team in this league. We are just better than the opposition. What can I see? Oh, here you go. This is the prime example of it. Salary per annum. We are spending £1 million on wages per season. Southend are paying just under 700,000. You then look down here and you look at the likes of Welling, who aren't even paying 100 grand a week. We are not where we are because I'm tactically performing a masterclass, and I the job's very different to the Solihull job. Solihull job, we were one of them teams. If we go up, Solihull, to be fair, Solihull have got a pretty big wage budget. I don't feel like we had that last season. But Solihull job was very different. You know, realistically, we're paying, if we just have a quick look at the squad and look at wages, we've got players on 14th. We've got multiple players over £1,000 a week. You know, realistically, I think Naughty and Worthington probably shouldn't be on that kind of money, but we are getting by on this. And I think we're in a position, well, we're not. I think we're coming up to a position where right now we're 4 points clear. If we're extending this points gap halfway by Christmas and we're miles clear, I think we might start looking at just experimenting with some tactical stuff. Because right now it is very much a case of we are getting by because we're better. And I think we'll go up into the National League. So we're paying 1 million on salary. To be fair, that'd put us mid-table, and that's with me still having money available in wages. Yeah, I think we're gonna smash this league, and I think we're gonna go up. We're gonna survive comfortably, and then maybe a season or two start pushing to go up again if we're still in the job. I'm quite happy to stay here for the foreseeable future until we kind of hit a wall. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of point out, I think if we sign a top striker, because as you can see, like, we're not top goal scorer, 10 games in, our top goal scorer is Maguire Drew with 7, which is very good return. But I think if we signed a 25 to 30 goal a season striker, we will smash records in this league. So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that, like, we're not being some kind of we're not the Pep Guardiola of the National League South. It is very much just a case of we're better than a lot of the teams around us. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Journeyman with Yeovil Town on Football Manager 2024. We are back with one big game, one mediocre game. So while we've been away, the last game we played was the Eastleigh and Southend game. So we played Carl Shelton in the cup. We won 3-0. It was what you expected, but we didn't really. We even played Rob Hollard. We then got a 2-2 draw at Braintree. They went 2-0 up. We were awful in the first half. Came back for the second half. That sums us up, really. We then lost 1-0 to Chelmsford, and we were not good in this game. Our first defeat of the season. It was an even game, but we didn't create anything. Everyone kind of had an off day. It wasn't good, and it was disappointing to lose. but it could have been worse. We then played Paul, who were 22nd. They went 1-0 up. Worthington got a penalty, and then a late goal from Stanley Asamuga got us the win. And then we had a 3-0 win away at Hitchin, who are, I believe, right down there. 23rd. Scored after 18 minutes. Again, we were poor in the first half, come back in the second half. So today we have 2 games against Yeovil, and we drew. There was a 4th qualifying round, which we played Bromley. I didn't mention the farm. Right. Yeah, we played Farnborough 1-3-0, and then we played Bromley, who are a Vanarama national team. They look like they're going to get relegated, but we went there and we dominated. We actually got a hat trick from Cardo Siddick. Our centre back got a hat trick from corners. So we've got league game against Yeovil and then a cup game against Cambridge. We should beat Yeovil. They're 22nd. If we have a look at the league, we are sitting 6 points clear of Eastleigh. That one loss taints our record, but it's been very much a case of we've started games badly and then we've had to get back. Jack Stevens is top goal scorer in this league. We had him last season at Solihull. Didn't deem him particularly good. So looks like joke's on us. He's got 14 in 16. So let's get into this game. There's not a lot else to really talk about. This is your lineup. So we've rotated a little bit for this game. So Dazinski starts, Statham, Chaplin, Jones and Hayes, Staunton, Worthington, Guard, Beckham, Boateng and Maguire-Drew with a bench of Ollie Wright, Joey Jones, Wes Jones, Young and Benjani Jr. We have a lot of Jones in this team. All right, we have our first highlight of the game after 21 minutes. We haven't actually had a shot on goal yet. Oh, they've got a Jones and all. Chaplin heads that wide. We don't get out to it. Dench to Krasnicki. And Hadi Gandor puts them 1-0 up. And again, we've started very, very slowly in a first half. And we're just not... We're not at the races at the first half in a minute. It's... I feel like Jones should probably intercept that. It's not a great goal to give away. But yeah, we've not been good in this opening 25 minutes. And it's a corner now for... I can't even remember who. Yeovil. Guard gets it clear. Dench is going to pick up this loose ball. Goes here to Alban Jones. Back to Dench. Crosses that in. We head it clear. Beckham launches the ball forwards. And Maguire-Drew is through on goal. And good save by the... Oh, it's a goal kick. Should probably do a little bit better there. It's a throw in here. Hayes with the ball to Guard. Hayes beats his man. Whips a cross into the back post. Beckham had 2 men to try and beat there, but Statham's going to pick it up. Goes to Worthington. All right, it's half time. We got a little bit better as the half went on, but we've still not been particularly great. All right, Maguire-Drew with a corner. Drills this in. It's gone up as far as Staunton. Archie Chaplin gets his 4th for the season. It's a bit of a mess. It's typical, non-league goal. Maguire-Drew drills this ball in. It gets headed up rather than out. Staunton then heads at goal. O'Brien just watches it bounce off the post and then Chaplin taps into an empty net. Young here with the ball is going to go to Chaplin, to Staunton. Through the middle to Guard there. Out here to Haste. To Boateng, to Jones, to Boateng, to Maguire-Drew. Oh, that was audacious. If that had worked, oh my God. All right, Benjani Jr. here. Go on, Benjani. Goes back here to Haste. Ball to the back post to Maguire-Drew. Oh, headed out to Young. Young is going to whip a ball into the back post. Benjani Jr. has been shoved in the spot. The referee points to the penalty. And that is a penalty. Who's stepping up? I think it's Nana Boateng. It is. And he's missed. That's disappointing. Maguire-Drew to whip the corner in. Keeper comes out and claims. Yet again, our poor first half has really let us down here. We've definitely deserved to win this game. Next year, 2.64. We've missed a penalty. It's poor. Okay, so we don't usually come back for news articles, but this is big news. Hamzid Kargbo has had his contract mutually terminated by Solihull. He didn't feature at all for him this season, and last season he got 7. Yeah, he got 7 appearances in the second half of the season, 26, picking up 7 goals. I'm going to offer him a trial. Are we finally getting the striker that we wanted for so long? Okay, so here is your lineup to play Cambridge United. We're going with Dazinski in goal, Statham, Sidic, Jones and Hayes, Staunton, Naughty, Low Everton, Young, Beckham and Maguire Drew. The benches, Wright, Chaplin, Thomas, Worthington, Guard, Jones, Boateng, Asamuga and Benjani Jr. Cargbo has not agreed to join yet. All right, Beckham here on the ball. He's going to go back here to Naughty, to Maguire Drew, back to Naughty. Goes for goal. Good save by Stevens. All right, corner here for Beckham. Whips the ball in. Back close to Sidic. And it's a penalty. I think Maguire Drew takes the penalty. He does. He's going to step up. He has missed one this season. He sends the keeper to the wrong way. Gets his 10th goal in all competitions this season. I said we needed a big year from him, and he is delivering with big numbers. I think that's 16 goals and assists in all competitions. Might even be more. I don't know how many assists he got in the cup, but he's been very good for us this season. All right, throw in here with Statham. Low Everton. I think that's one of the things that, like, the game against Yeovil we suffered with was our starting midfield 3 is absolutely spectacular. Our backup midfield 3 are not as good as when one of them's missing, it affects us. Right, Sidic here to Staunton. We've played some good football while I've been talking. And naughty with a naughty goal. What a finish from the midfielder. He was one of the big reasons why I took this job. And that is an absolutely outstanding finish. He's standing still for most of it. And then a little bit of movement. And first time. Stevens has made a couple of good saves. But first time shot from Naughty. And puts us into a commanding lead against Cambridge. And we're going to go straight into another highlight here with a throw in deep in our half. And we've played our way out very well. We're going to go all the way back here to Hayes. And we're just going to take our time. Ball here to Naughty, to Young. Back here to Haste. Across to Low Everton. As I said, when our midfield 3 are together, they are superb. Beckham now. Can he get a good ball in? He goes to Naughty, who makes it free with an absolutely sensational strike. Does a cartwheel, has a little dance. What a goal and what a commanding position against a team that, you know, or at least I think they got relegated from League 1, but so they're 2 leagues above us in League 2. What a finish from Naughty. And we have missed him the past couple of weeks. And we've got another throw in just before half time. Haste here to Young. Pulls it back. Gets cleared out as far as Naughty to Low Everton. And he's seen Naughty scoring absolute screamers from the edge of the box. And he's like, do you know what? Let me get in on that. I want to score. And we are 4-0 up on Cambridge. And as a fan of Peterborough, this result makes me very happy. Naughty just controls the ball across the Low Everton from the edge of the box. Stephen thinks he's going to try and finesse it outside to his left. But no, Low Everton drills it top corner to his right. And we are 4-0 up at half time. All right, it's a corner here. 49 minutes in. Beckham to the edge of the box. Maguire Drew. We tried something crazy there. And Okunabahiri coming forwards with it. We're shuttling him out well. And Naughty. Oh, my God. Have my children. Beckham giving the ball away there. Ball over the top. And Sidic, what are you doing there, lad? You were just like in your own little world. Concentration was not there. Corner here for Cambridge. Whipped in. We get it clear. Beckham heads it out. Back to Bennett. Into Harper Bailey. To Digby. To Isben Rossi. And they're having a little bit of the ball here. Are they going to do anything with it? No, they're not. All right, Digby here with the ball. Round the corner to Bennett. Across to Okunabahiri. Cambridge are throwing more men forwards. That's a good block. Young gets it clear, but they're going to pick it up. All right, we need to do something tactically because they are they're throwing a lot of men forwards. I feel like we need to stop. So a couple of episodes ago, I spoke about how I felt like we needed to do, we needed to do something more, kind of, in that I felt like our tactic wasn't particularly working. So I went away and I created a bunch of crazy tactics, and they're all kind of around. I'm not training any of them yet, but this is one of the tactics that I used a while ago. It was my title winning tactic with Tottenham. And from, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. And so we're going to give this a go, because the whole point of this tactic is the defenders defend, the attackers attack. And then you will use naughty naughty to kind of link the play. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, do you know what? This might actually be the way to go, like, just because they are throwing so many men forwards, but the lads don't know this tactic in any way, shape, or form. And now there you have it. Nothing happened after I changed to the title win, the Spurs title winning tactic, which clearly did its job, because that was the reason we did it. It's a 4-0 win against a Cambridge side that are leagues above us. And Hamid Cargro has agreed to join the club. He wouldn't agree to join us on loan, but he'll agree to join us permanently. 800 quid a week. He'll come in, gives us something very different to what we have. Okay, so we've been given our next FA Cup draw, and it is against Colchester United, who are also in League 2. Sadly, this time it's away from home. Their stadium's 10,000. I don't feel like that. What's our stadium? What's it? 9,000. It's not the tie you want to get, but with how we just put Cambridge to the sword, you hope we could do the same thing to Colchester. So if we have a look at the schedule now, I feel like that's where we come back for. So, yeah, next episode, we'll probably do a doubleheader of the FA Trophy, followed by the FA Cup. We've got a week between them and all, which is fantastic. Hey up, and welcome back to the Journeyman. We're here with Yeovil Town on FM 24. We've played the games we said we're going to play off camera. We last finished off with the 4-0 win over Cambridge in the FA Cup. It's been, as you can see, a difficult run. So we started with a game against Bath, and we were the better team. It was a game that lacked quality again. That's tending to be our go-to at the minute. It's very much a case of we're not playing well. First halves, we're awful. And then we're just not... Some games, we're just not picking it up. We then went to Weymouth and lost 2-1. This game, oh, I was angry. So Weymouth had 2 shots on goal, 26% of the ball, and an XG of 0.33. And they won 2-1. We were completely dominant in the game, couldn't get that second goal to kill the game off, and it bit us on the arse. We then had a 2-1 win against Worthing. As you can see, we deserved it. They had more of the ball, and they had... I'm pretty sure they had a couple of, like, really shots that should have been goals, but we were pretty dominant in the game, and we come away with a 2-1 win. We then went to Tonbridge and drew 1-1 with their only shot on goal on target. So we've been a bit poor lately. We're in very inconsistent form, and that leaves us 2 points clear and easily have a game in hand. And I know that the target is just to get a top half finish, but anything other than winning the league is a poor season for us. Our team is too good. We pay too much in wages. Financially, we can't stay in this league. And I don't know what it is and why we keep dropping all these points. I don't know if the FA Cup is proven to be a distraction, or whether it's just a case of the players look at some of these teams we're playing and they just go, nah. You look at the game against Tonbridge, an attendance of 700, and we bought 77 with us. It's just not good enough. So we now have 2 games against Dulwich Hamlet and Colchester in the FA Trophy and the FA Cup. Ideally, they want us to be competitive in the FA Trophy. I don't know what that means, but we're going to get into the first game against Dulwich Hamlet, who are in the Isthmian League, so this is a game we should be winning. And here is your lineup. Dazinski, Statham, Jones, Sidic, Hayes, Staunton, Sonny Low Everton, Naughty, Beckham, Young and Maguire Drew. All right. Shakunbi to Cousins, to Williams. Goes over the top here to Walker. Switches the way. It's a great switch. That's a very good goal by Riley Scott. And after 10 minutes, Dulwich Hamlet are 1-0 up. And as I said, first halves, we're just not at the races at the start of games. And I don't know what's causing it. But Scott has all of the room in the world to make that shot and score that goal. Jones to Staunton. Does well under serious pressure there. Ball over the top for Beckham. Keeper comes out and gets it. Right, what's Ruddy going to do? He's dropped the ball. He goes to Shakunbi, to Williams, to Cousins, to Shakunbi. Hayes intercepts it well. Naughty. Sunny Low Everton, lad. Come on. All right, we're going to have a highlight here. Staunton. That was going to be the highlight. Maguire Drew flicks it on, but there's just no support up there with him. Staunton does really well. Young. I think that's been another problem, is Young and Beckham have not been doing particularly great on the wings. And form like this is going to hit, especially at this level. Inconsistency is key. Beckham pulls it across. Maguire Drew, great goal. 12th for the season in all competitions for him. It's well done by Romeo there. And we're back in this game. The tactical change seems to be working. We've picked up a lot since then. It's good. I thought he was going to go for goal, but he drills it across. Maguire Drew has a simple tap in. And we're back into this game. Throw in here with Haste. Goes to Maguire Drew, back to Haste, to Naughty, to Staunton. Tries a clever ball through. And Walker here with loads of room. No one's closing him down. He's played it through for Tar, who should score that. And we can count ourselves very lucky that we've managed to get away with that. We've got a free kick. Boateng. Oh, it ripples the top of the net. They go straight to penalties. All right, our first penalties of the series. So Romain goes up. How is Dazinski going to do against penalties? Romain steps up, and Dazinski makes a very good save. Worthington's going to take our first one. Nana Boateng is our best penalty taker, but he's struggling to meet the pace of the game, so I decided not to put him on penalty. Worthington drills it into the keeper's arms. William steps up. Oh, Dazinski unlucky there, goes the right way. Time for Sonny Low Everton, who missed a sitter during the game, which could have avoided this situation. And it's a great penalty. Dixon steps up. Dazinski gets sent the wrong way. Up steps Hamzid Kargbo, who has been absolutely appalling for us since joining. That's a good penalty, though. Walker steps up. Was probably their best creative outlet. Dazinski goes the right way but can't make the save. It's time for Romeo to step up. I've got a bad feeling about this penalty. Oh, sends the keeper the wrong way. Hits it straight down the middle. Time for Tar, who also missed a sitter in this game that could have avoided this situation. And Dazinski makes the save. And the final penalty is going to fall. What could be the final penalty is going to fall into the feet of Statham, who's been very solid since we came into this club. And he misses. All right, time for Tomlinson to step up. And Dazinski goes the right way, but can't get a hand to it. And I'm pretty sure this is Nana. Oh, it's Naughty Naughty. Oh, please don't let Naughty Naughty miss. He's been so good for us. Naughty Naughty. Oh, it's a matter of, you imagine, inches there from that being saved. Whelan, who came on for Dulwich Hamlet, sends Dazinski the wrong way. And now it is on sudden death and Nana Boateng stepping up. And he sends the keeper the wrong way. It's a good penalty. All right, Scott steps up. Come on, Dazinski. After this, I haven't picked anyone, so it's now random. Oh, Dazinski throws himself through the air, but it goes straight down the middle. And now it falls on... Oh, James Jones. I always get confused with Jones because we've got like 7 of them. The centre-back stepping up. Oh, wasn't a good penalty, but the keeper didn't really get off the ground. As we go into penalty number 9, and Cousins. Oh, Zazinski gets close, but we go back here. So now back on, the pressure is back on us, and it is going to be Haste, who has probably been one of our most underrated players of the season. A centre-back playing left-back. And we went for nothing but power, and it was a fantastic penalty. Ruddy's now going to take a penalty. Come on, Dazinski. Oh, and he tried to chip it down the middle. Where was he running off to? And now, Sidic, who has been a great signing for the club. He's going to take what hopefully is the deciding penalty. And he goes in. Sidic sends us through to the next round of the FA Trophy. We were not good. All right, so here's your lineup to take on Colchester in the FA Cup. We're going with Dazinski, Statham, Jones, Sidic, Hayes, Staunton, Naughty, Low Everton, Beckham, Young and Maguire. Look at all them green lines. It is absolutely stunning. All right, so free kick here to Colchester. Statham's already gone into the book. We are vulnerable to set pieces. Sidic heads. He tries to head it out. Kelleher to the back. Oh, it's taken a massive deflection. And Mandela Egbo scores to put Colchester 1-0 up after 4.5 minutes. You see what Sidic is trying to do. He's trying to give us a chance to regroup, but we're just... The touch by Egbo, and then yeah, Dazinski probably saves that if it doesn't take a massive deflection. Disappointing. All right, corner here. Beckham puts it in. Staunton gets up. Young's going to pick this up. Young goes around the outside. Tavidi puts in the tackle. He's gone to Statham, to Staunton, to Low Everton, to Naughty. Oh! Good save by the keeper. Denying Naughty of a goal. Maguire drew to put this corner in. Headed straight back out to him. He plopped it back up. Oh, Sidic. Just too many men. Young. All right, so the thing with Young is he doesn't like crossing the ball. I think we need to look at fixing that. All right, Edwards here with a corner whipped in. Jules heads just over. It's pretty much a free header and all at that point. All right, Beckham. So Maguire gets tackled. Here to Edwards. Jules. Oh, how has that ball managed to get through? Colchester should be two up there. All right, Reed or Red. Headed out as far as Road to the back post. We've managed to get it headed out. Maguire seems off of it today. All right, set Peter throwing here with Colchester. Jules. To Kelleher. Oh, Hastie's well out. And good save by Dazinski. Statham was playing everyone and then Nan on side. All right, Corner to Yeovil. Beckham to put this in. Haste. Oh, Ollie Haste with a bang. I'm pretty sure that was his week for as well. His first goal for Yeovil Town. The left back, the centre back who's with forced to fill in at left back. Sidic heads it in, and right footed volley, top corner, blinding goal, gets us back on level terms with Colchester in a game that looking at the stats, we don't deserve it, but we deserve it. But the highlights would suggest otherwise. All right, Beckham to Staunton to Naughty, out here to Haste, back to Naughty, back to Haste to Young. Back to Haste. Haste. What's he going to do with it? Why does he go for goal there? Oh, Haste. He scored one and he's like, do you know what? I'm going to score another, and it just wasn't the right decision. We have changed back to the Spurs title winning formation, and we've picked up since then. We go into half time at 1-1, and I wish I could tell you where you made the change. I feel like it was around here, and we've suddenly started going into the ascendancy. Okay, so I think we go to a replay here, but as you can see, in the second half, we really did step up, and we took control of the game. All right, so looking at the schedule, I'm not coming back for the Colchester game. It's just not happening. We're going to come back probably for the Dartford and Maidstone games. Realistically, I wasn't expecting to beat Colchester in the cup. I think realistically, if we come back for the Dartford and Maidstone game, and then after that, you're probably looking at the Eastleigh Southend games again, maybe the Braintree Farnborough games, and then kind of coming back at some point, because hopefully at some point in March, we'll be winning the league. I think we've got about 3 episodes left of this season, and I feel like coming back for the second leg against Colchester just isn't worth it. So we'll probably come back for these two, dependent on that replay, because if we win and we draw a big team, we'll probably come back for that. Hey up and welcome back to Football Manager 2024, back with a Journeyman. We are here with Yeovil Town. We've played a load of games off camera. There's a lot to go through, so let's get straight into it. If you're enjoying this series, please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're keeping up with the consistent uploads. So, last time we left off was the 1-1 draw against Stoke. So, after that, we then played Havant and Waterlooville, and we won 6-1. It was as you can see, it was like there was some rotation in that lineup, but we absolutely dominated. Hamzid Cargbo got a goal. We'll talk about Hamzid in a minute. We then played Enfield Town in the National League South as well, and 4 goals from Hamzid Cargbo saw us win 7-0. We then played the replay against Stoke. They put out their first team. They included Murillo, who's on loan from Nottingham Forest. They dominated the game. We were better in the second half, but at that point, it was already kind of game over. Tyrese Campbell got a hat-trick. We did not get to progress. We then played Chelmsford in the FA Trophy, and another hat-trick from Hamzid Cargbo saw us win 6-1. We then played Salisbury, a 3-0 win, saw us continue our just impeccable form. Then we played St Albans, and we just didn't turn up for this game. And it wasn't even like we should have wasseted. We just did not turn up for it, and we suffered a 2-0 defeat, and it was disappointing. We bounced back with a 5-2 win over Hemel Hempstead, another Hamzid Carbo hat-trick. Yeah, I'm sure you can sense the trend here. Got us a 5-2 win. We then took on Slough, and 2 goals either side of Callum Riley's 50th minute penalty saw us win 2-1. Then played Southend and had an all over the place game that saw us go 1-0 up via Hamzid Cargbo. So let's go 2-0 up via Hamzid Cargbo, and then Jaden Dan scored just before half time. Jack Bridge scored straight from fucking kickoff, and that was the equaliser. Hamzid Cargbo then put us 3-2 up. Douglas James Taylor scored in the 87th minute, and I was sat there going, we've really thrown this away. And then Lewis Gard piped up in the 90 plus 5th minute to score us the winner, and I was ecstatic. We then played Eastleigh, who are third in the league, and we got a 1-1 draw. It was kind of, I don't know if it was a fair result. I think it was a fair result. Oh no, it wasn't. We dominated. Yeah, we've hit one of these spells again. We then took on Braintree, and I want to check Braintree out from the first game of the season. When did we play them? Braintree. When did we play Braintree? Oh, there. Yeah, so we drew 2-2 with them first game of the season. We then played them in the FA Trophy 5th round, which was the round of 16, and they just dominated us. It was a stupid game. We didn't turn up, and they were just complete control of us. And they won 3-1. They've gone through to the next round of the Paint Trophy. We then played them a week later in the league, and this game was so frustrating. We scored. No, we didn't. We had a penalty very early on. Maguire Drew missed it, and I was like, oh, God. And before that game, we'd had a few questions about, it's been a while since Maguire Drew scored. It was like, well, it's not really an issue too much because he's been playing on the wing. He's been assisting everyone. So the penalty miss was frustrating. And then he got played through and he scores, and the lines of flag went straight up. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, it is. So, yeah. Maguire Drew had a goal disallowed that after the game they told us was definitely onside and we should be pissed off about, which we were, because as you can see, he just had one of those games. They then got a penalty in the 66th minute, and I was like, it's just one of them games. Braintree just have our number. Don't know what it is, but they have our number. But we got a penalty late on, and Lewis Gard converted the penalty for a 1-1 draw. So we are now back for Farnborough and Chelmsford, and all of that leaves the National League South looking like this. We are 3 points clear of Chelmsford with 11 games to go. Hamzat Carbo has been on insane form. If we have a look at the top goal scorer, he's up to 10th. He has 16 goals in 15 league games, and his injury has hit us hard because he was in just outstanding form. Look, he's the highest in the average rating. But then they're saying about Maguire Drew, he's he's second in the assists. Like, it's not like he's not been playing well. We have been using this tactic, and I think we should get into this game against Farnborough. We have a few days off afterwards before the Chelmsford game. Chelmsford looking like the only team that are really going to compete with us for that automatic promotion spot. We also bought in one player. We've bought in Zach Bradshaw on loan from Charlton. He's come in to give cover for both centre-back and CDM. Don't expect much out of him. I don't expect him to get too much game time. But here is your lineup for the game. And we bought in Brian Okonkwo from Sunderland on loan. Dazinski's been a bit hit and miss lately. So I wanted a goalkeeper, and Okonkwo looks like he in the game against Eastleigh, he was fantastic. So here is your lineup for the game against Farnborough. It is Okonkwo in goal, Thomas, Sidic, Jones, Martin, Naughty, Bradshaw, Beckham, Low Everton, Asamuga, and Maguire Drew, with a bench of Dazinski, Chaplin, Jones, Worthington, and Benjani. We start with a Farnborough corner. We get it clear. Callum picks up the loose ball. Goes here to Penny. Managed to get the ball clear to Low Everton. He needs someone to make a movement in front around him. Beckham here. Beckham. He's gone off the ball a little bit too. I think part of it is down to I switched him to an inverted winger, and I feel like we need to keep him at. I think we just need to keep him as a winger. His best job is whipping balls in. We've got another highlight here for Farnborough. Ball here, Penny crosses it in. Okonkwo collects. Well, we're all a bit too pedestrian right now. Okonkwo out here to Jones. Here to Martin. Martin, he looks confused as what to do. So 4-4-2. We're usually pretty good against 4-4-2s. Bradshaw with our wasteful, hopeless ball there. Naughty picks it up. Beckham. Oh, Beckham. He's got a habit of doing that. He dawdles on the ball a bit too much. Ball over the top, and this is a goal. You can see it. Yep. You knew as soon as Coolfirst was past Jones there, you knew it was going straight to him. The ex-Spurs Academy product puts Farnborough 1-0 up when we haven't been in the greatest of form and dropped a lot of points lately. And yeah, it's just poor. Okonkwo should do better with that. He should, like, the ball's right there in front of him. He should just collect it. All right, throw in here for us. We have been poor this first 39 minutes. Sidic to Naughty, round the corner to Thomas, to Beckham. Takes on his man. Right, they're coming forwards with it. Cullen goes all the way back there to Watson, to Morton. Please don't go 2-0 down before half-time, lads. Wood. Here to Morton. In behind for Cullen. That's a great goal. It's been disallowed. All right, throw in for Farnborough. Coolfirst. Maguire does well. We've moved him over to the wing. Okonkwo spreads out here to Thomas. To Beckham. Beckham to Asamuga. There was 2 passes on there. Come on. Low Everton to Maguire. I don't think that was Maguire. I think that was Worthington. We're not even pressing. Like, oh, that's a good ball over to Felivi. And why were we so like? It's taken so long to control that. It's another goal kick. Turner goes along with it. Sidic heads it to Benjani. His touch was so heavy, but he's got away with it. Maguire drew. He had room to run in with that. That is full time. We've been better in the second half, but again, we can't just keep giving away goals and expecting to come back every week. And with a massive game against Chelmsford coming up, this is not the form we want to be in. The only positive is the fact that they drew, so they've reduced the gap to 2 points. But a win for them now in our next game, and it's dangerous for us. So here we go, line up to take on Chelmsford. We are going with Okonkwo in goal, Statham at right back, Haste at left back, Jones and Sidic in the middle. We're going with Staunton and Naughty as the 2 holding midfielders. Maguire Drew on the left, Beckham on the right. Young playing in behind Sonny Low Everton. I feel like there's a bit too much pressure on Maguire Drew playing as that lone striker. And I feel like playing Low Everton there might give us a better chance, take a bit of pressure off there. And Young comes in. So Young's considered a winger. From what I've seen of him, he's very much, the way he plays, he's very much an attacking midfielder. Your bench is Dudzinski, Chaplin, Guard, Worthington, and Benjani. All right, first highlight here with Castiglione. Maguire Drew intercepts that well, does really well. Should have played the ball. He's played it too late. Maguire Drew to Beckham, just over the bar. All right, Statham with a throw here. Goes to Young. Back to Statham. To Sidic, to Naughty, to Statham. We're having to play this little triangle because there was nowhere else for our players to go with it. Ball out here to Haste. Haste, can he whip in a good ball? He puts the ball to the back post to Beckham. Keeper comes out and collects. Gone along with it. Statham does well. Heads it to Naughty. Naughty goes along with it. Little gives the ball away there. Goes out here to Beckham. Come on, look, the ball's in the middle. Oh, Sonny Low. All right, throw in here for Chelmsford. Little, it's gone back here to Naughty. Ball here to Beckham. Beckham to Low Everton. He's offside. The flag is up as well. I hate the fact they don't show the replays in this division. He's got a gash lower leg. That's fine. It's half time. And I've said this all season. We have a big issue with games where they're a good opposition or they're meaningful. We turn up for. And Chelmsford is that. They're second. We know that there's a threat. So we've turned up for this game and it's frustrating. All right, Statham goes to Beckham here. Beckham to Sonny Low. Pulls it all the way back to Staunton. Here to Maguire Drew. Cuts inside. Oh, I just want him to score, just to take the pressure off him, because he's playing so badly because of his lack of confidence. Beckham, straight into the arms of Ryan. All right, corner here for Young. Whips in, doesn't beat the first man, but it falls back out to Young. Goes to Naughty, goes for long range. There was better options there. Little here with Chelmsford. He's whipped this ball in. Beckham heads it out. James gets there before Naughty. This is... Oh, come on! Beckham heads it clear. Naughty tries to get out to it. Goes here to Carifus. No one follows forward. You feel like Conquo shouldn't be beaten there. And we are 1-0 down now to Chelmsford with only their second shot on goal. Whips the ball in. Jones, come on! Why? Why? Because Cargo's gone, can we no longer score? And 5 minutes stoppage time, we're not getting a highlight. Fuck! And a completely undeserved victory here for Chelmsford. At home, where, you know, we've always been really good at home, has just knocked us off top of the table. And right now, I can't take another year in this league. This league is shit. It's genuinely an awful league. And the fact that only one team goes up automatically, and, you know, Braintree only need a point to get into the playoffs. And if we have to face Braintree in the playoff final or in the playoffs, we're going to lose. We cannot afford to... We can't afford this kind of form. We've hit the worst form, and all of our players have hit the worst form all at the same time. How are you out for 3 weeks with a cut on your leg? We will be back probably for Welling and Waterlooville. We'll be back for the end of the season. Unless Chelmsford, who themselves have been in awful form. Okay, they haven't. They've just dropped a couple of points. Yeah, we'll be back. Unless they capitulate, we'll be back at the end of the season. Ready for playoffs. We need Cargo back. Like, it is simple as that. We need Cargo back. Without him up front, we cannot score. I mean, if we just go to squad and then look at goals for the season, do unfiltered. Cargo has 21. Maguire Drew has 14 goals, but he's just so low on confidence. Low Everton has 11. Beckham has 10. We have just outright relied on Cargo since he came back into the team, and Maguire Drew hit that run of form where he's just so low on confidence in his own ability. Hey up and welcome back to the season finale of the Journeyman here with Yeovil on Football Manager 2024. We're starting on the transfer page, and you're probably thinking, why are you starting on the transfer page? So, there's 2 transfers to talk about. The first one is a loan. As we all know, in the last episode, we struggled for goals. Cargbo was still out, so I was like, we need to bring someone else in. So, we brought in Leslie Adekoyo, who's 6'4", Irish striker. He's come in. He's got 3 goals in 7 games. He's done all right since he came in. He's kind of done what we needed him to do. He came in, and then we've also signed Corey Kalen. He's a regen, and we got him from Farnborough. As you can see, this season... Oh, was it this season? Or was that... Oh, there you go, yeah. 37 games for Farnborough in our league with a 7.02, 9 assists, 2 goals. For a 17-year-old wide target forward. So, it's not exactly a position I thought I'd be taking on. I think we're probably going to end up playing him as somewhat of a target man, somewhat as a... I think he's one for the future that could probably compete. So, yeah, we got him on a pre-contract as well. His contract was expired, so we just agreed to sign him, and he's joined instantly. So, where did we last leave off? We last left off at the Chelmsford and Farnborough games. Yes, the two 1-0 losses. It has been a mixed bag. So, we started against Paul and Adekoya and Asamoah getting goals either side of Toby Holmes' penalty. Gave us a 2-1 win. We've given away a lot of penalties in this period. We then played Hitchin. 2 goals from Joey Jones and a goal from Stanley Asamoah. They got a late consolation with another penalty, but a 3-1 win. Then played Yeovil, and as you can see by the lineup here, so where is it? Daniel Martin's playing because Hayes got injured. Was it? Did they get injured in games? Yes. So in this game against Paul, we lost both Ollie Haste and Jordan Maguire-Drew to injuries and Naughty, which is why Joey Jones played there. So yeah, in this, Stanley then got injured, who had come in and, you've seen, he got a goal there. He got a goal there. So he was on, and he'd scored in this and then got injured. Averley got a late goal. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a fair reflection of the game. Yeah, we definitely deserved more out of this, but it was one of them that we just gave away a goal. Straight from kickoff and all. Then played Bath, and this game was frustrating. We lost 2-1. Sonny Hello Everton. Their first goal from the kickoff, they've cleared it. Our left back has headed it across goal straight to Ben Beachy. And then, stoppage time winner of 4 minutes stoppage time, and in 9 minutes, 94th minute, and I think it was 28 seconds, Ben Calder scored the winner from a corner. And it was just, this entire time, us and Chelmsford have both just been swapping places. It's been killer. We then went to Weymouth, and Adekoya got 2 goals, and Jordan Young got injured, and he got an injury. But we won 2-0. Then played Worthing, and oh my God, Cargbo came back. Cargbo put us 1-0 up. Then Statham put us 2-0 up. They got a goal back in the 37th. Cargbo put us 3-1 up at half-time in the 45th. And then Tyrese Shade got another one back in the 57th and in the 89th minute, and you could see it coming. We gave away yet another 3 points in a game that we should have won, and I was not happy. We've just played Tonbridge. Tommy Fagg was sent off after a minute for a typical FM challenge, minute into the game on Low Everton. We then gave away a penalty, and their first shot on goal was a goal. Maguire-Drew then broke his duck. I think it was 14 or 15 games without a goal. Beckham then got one, and then Worthington scored a penalty to make it 3-1. So what does that do for the league? I'm sure if you've looked at the top, you'll see that we're first. It means with 2 games to go, we need a point. 1 point. Because our goal difference, we're not going to see a changeover of that kind of goal difference. That's what, 28 goal difference in 2 games. Just can't see it happening. So we have 2 games against Welling and Havant and Waterlooville. I think if we beat Welling or to be fair, if we draw against Welling, we'll do the final game. If we beat them, we'll probably come back and have a look at the kind of squad review at the end of the season. I need to have a deep dive into it, but I'll give you my kind of early thoughts. Chelmsford are playing Hemel Hempstead, who are 14th. So let's get into this. Well, we had a team meeting and it went well. So here is your lineup. We've got some fitness concerns, but it's going to be a Okonkwo, Statham, Sidic, Jones, Martin, Staunton, Sonny Low Everton, Worthington, Beckham, Maguire-Drew and Carbo, and a bench of Buse, Hayes, Joey Jones, Asamoah and Adekoya. Dudzinski has been awful. He came in because Okonkwo got an injury, and we have reached half-time. There hasn't been a single highlight. There's barely been a shot. All right, we've got our first highlight here. Martin with the ball. He's gone here to Low Everton, who's gone for goal from stupid kind of range. Good ball over the top to Beckham. Oh, Beckham. Oh. Oh, and another highlight here. I can't grow. That's an awful kick out. All right. Berry. It's a Burchell. Oh. Martin, good header out. Asamoah, back to Martin. Staunton plops up in that little hole really well. Low Everton to Adebayor. It's gone. Fucking hell. If that's the goal that wins us this league, holy hell. Oh my God. What a finish that is by Adebayor in a game that has lacked any kind of quality. Staunton does really well, gives it to Low Everton, who just goes to him. And I thought he was going to play Beckham through, but just goes for long range and just. All right. 4 minutes to stop a shine. Statham back to Sidic. To Jones. To Staunton. Here to Statham. Ooh! Adebayor turning on the style. This Hemel Hempstead game has been insanity. But that is full time. And we lift the trophy. Away, we are lifting it out well in. I would have liked to have saved it for the home fans. But we've done it. There was, at the start of the season, I felt like it was a formality. Throughout the season, I felt it was going to be a formality. But towards the end, it has been painful. But we've done it. We've been promoted to the National League. We haven't got to do the playoffs. They were the biggest concern. The playoffs were terrifying me. We celebrate with the players. We get the customary cartwheel there. And I'm going to leave you with the celebrations. Oh, no, I'm not, because the celebrations are over. Absolutely brilliant, lads. We are champions. I'm going to show you. I'm going to have to show you the second game because we have there was what 2 highlights in that. All right, we win the National League South. Board have set the initial budgets. 40 grand a week and 400 grand in transfers. That's 12 grand a week in budget. The board, the fans love me. The board love me. We're crown champions with a game to go. What happened to? How did we do against them? I mean, we got them next. No, we got to have an all over. We beat them 5-2 and drew 1-1. All right, so here is your lineup for the meaningless final game of the season. We're going with a Conquo. Thomas is going to play. He has barely featured this season. As you can see, 5 games in the National League, and a lot of that was down to the fact he got sent off in one of them and never really felt like he was what we needed. Chaplin's going to play. He was unhappy. His agent tried to force a new contract on us, like right in the middle of some poor form, and I refused, and Nick called us a big, but he's chilled out now. Bradshaw's going to make what is going to be his second appearance, the loanee from Charlton. Ollie Haste is coming back in for, they reckon he can get 45 minutes. We'll see what we can do. Shannon's going to come in. Shannon has barely featured. I was really excited about him, but it's just been a season of injuries. Young is going to start in midfield. I want to see how he does. I've got concerns about him going forwards. Worthington's going to play as the box-to-box. Beckham on the right. Asamoah on the left. Cogbo down the middle. A bench of Booth, Jones, Tucker, Callan, and Adebayor. Long ball over the top. Chaplin's got this covered. Goes here to Thomas. To Young. To Chaplin. To Shannon. To Young. To Chaplin. To Shannon. To Young. To Cogs. Cross here to Thomas. Back here to Chaplin. We're just holding on to the ball nicely. Young to Cogbo. Callan has had to come on for Beckham. And he's... Oh, Cargie, how have you missed that? All right, we're going at half-time. Not a lot's happened. Haven and Waterloo have had absolutely nothing. Callan has come on for Beckham because Beckham's felt a twinge in his calf. And he's having a good game since he's come on. All right, corner here with Young whipping it in. He's not be the first man. Callan whips it in. Oh, it's a great ball. What a ball on his debut. What a goal by Carbo for his 24th of the season. What a ball by this 17-year-old that we've signed for nothing. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh. Carbo leaves the goalkeeper. No way of getting to that. They've had nothing all game, so I expect a goal here. Ball out here to Bramble. Takes on Asamuga. Ball to the back post. Oh, for fuck's sake. You just knew it was coming. I don't think I think that's their first shot on goal. And yeah, Bramble down the right. Takes on Asamuga. Gets the ball in. Grant leaves it because Chaplin's like, it's mine, and he's misjudged it. A Concro should probably do better. Yeah. Callan has gone up front, and Nijay Tucker has come on. I'm pretty sure he's an academy product. Look at this. Look at these stats, and we're going to drop points like we have done all season, and that is something we can't do next season. Games like this, we have to kill off. Yep. With one shot on target, having a Waterloo get a 1-1 draw with us. And it's just disappointing. Again, we didn't kill a game off. All right, so we end the season like this. So we finish on 93 points, 8 points clear of Chelmsford, which is insanity considering 5 games ago they were above us. But I think, as with any we have to take a look at the squad report. There wasn't a lot of highlights in the game, so we're going to have a bit of a deep dive into this. All right, so goalkeeper-wise, if we go by appearances. So, Dzinski played the most games. He played 42 games and averaged a 6.85%. Had a 57% win rate. Okonkwo coming in with 9 games, a 44%. And Will Buse made 4 appearances, 83. I'm going to be real. I like Okonkwo, and he's out of contract at the end of the season. He might be someone we look at bringing in next season, but I also feel like there was a few games where he conceded goals that he shouldn't have conceded. Will Buse there is out of contract. He's wanted by Sheffield Wednesday. We're going to let him go. He just didn't quite take his chance. And Dzinski, I was really excited for him, but he's just... Let's have a look. So he's kept 8 clean sheets. That's not a lot of saves for us. And yeah, I don't think he's quite the goalkeeper we're looking for. So we'll probably look at trying to move him on. He probably won't move on. He'll probably end up being the backup. But we'll go from there. And then if we have a look at defenders, see, this is the problem. And it's on loan or trial. We can look at... do you know what? That's probably the best way to do it. We'll ignore the loanees for now. So, let's go by appearances. So, Romeo Beckham made the most appearances, which is I'm quite surprised at, because he did pick up a couple of injuries. Maguire Drew with 51, Sidic with 51, Sonny Lowe Everton, Statham playing 49. You know, Haste... he shocked me. I didn't expect him to get as much football as he did. Cogbo getting that down there on 23. Jordan Young, as you can see, only made 31, and that was down to his constant injuries. Shannon with 9 was just injury plagued. For goals, Cogbo got 24 goals, and when you consider that he joined late and it took him a little while to get going, 24 goals in 23 starts. It's fantastic. Maguire Drew chipping in with 15. I said we needed a big year from him. 15 goals, 25 assists. That's outstanding. Sonny Lowe with 12. Beckham with 11. You know, and then you get the likes of Worthington, who was, you know, look, started 13 games, chipping in with 8, with you know, most of them being sub-appearance, 33 sub-appearances. That's what you need from a squad player. And Sidic with 7 from centre back, Naughty with 7, Stanley getting 6. Probably want a little bit more out of him, but that's not bad. Chaplin, who started, for a centre back, that's a lot of goals. He scored more. He's got the same amount as Jones, and he played a lot less football. Young is. See, this is my problem with Young. You say he started 31 games, 5 goals, 6 assists. Just isn't what I'll. Goal wise, Asamuga's outperformed him. Assist wise, Maguire drew with 25, Beckham with 16, Statham with 7, and then you're kind of dying off. Carbo got 4. So yeah, it was. We picked up some big numbers from some key players, but I think realistically, if we look at the tactic, and the two tactics are kind of interchangeable. I think goalkeeper is a position that we need to look at in the summer. It's a big, big problem for us. Right back. Do you know what's really annoying? Thomas was really good in that second game, in that last game of the season, and it's one of them where I'm like, okay, is he what we need? Is he someone that can come in? Because one of the big problems I've had, so if we go to the standard, to kind of look at it as the lineup, so one of the big issues I've had is Statham. He wants to be a wing back on defend. He doesn't like to venture too far forwards. So there's been a lot of times that Beckham's kind of got the ball and there's just no support from Statham, and Sonny Lowe has kind of drifted into the half space, and it's cool. And then Beckham's dallied on the ball. So I think we need a better right back. I think we need more of a wing back. It's the point of having the wing back in this position. Sidic and Jones, I've been happy with. They started really well. They've fell off a bit as the season went, but I'm happy with them. And then someone like Chaplin, I'm happy with. Haste, I'm enjoying him at left back. I think we definitely. To be fair, Martin came in towards the end of the season when Haste was injured. Mine was actually good, so I think kind of a right back and the back four is pretty good. Staunton I like. I think. I'm a bit concerned because I'm pretty sure he's a coach at the club as well. I quite like Staunton, and I think next season he'd be good to take with us. The problem is the backups to him is someone like Joey Jones, who he's not making that step up. He chipped in with some crucial goals, and the fact he could play in a multitude of positions was good, but realistically, he's not making that step up, and he'll be leaving. And then Shannon spent so much time injured, and so did Lewis Gard. Lewis Gard had a lot of injuries. He'll be allowed to leave as well. And none of them really like being a DM, or when we switch the other one, like being the anchor. So it's kind of one of them that I think midfield, we're going to have to. One of the biggest issues we had this season was when first team players dropped out, the level of disparity between the first team and the second team was massive, and you could really tell. Naughty, I have loved. He has been fantastic. Look, average of 7 in the league. He has been fantastic. He scored some great goals. Definitely someone I want to keep around. But realistically, the backup to him, to be fair, you've got Worthington who can fill in both. So Worthington, I think, is a good backup. And then Low Everton, I think Low Everton has been pretty good this season. He's definitely contributed. Played well, can cover a multitude of positions, but behind him, we're pretty lackluster. There's no one that really wants to do that role. On the right, Beckham has been superb. Maguire, Drew, they can both kind of interlinked, and you've got Stanley there. Stanley is a concern. Stanley's great because he can play all 3 positions. He'll do all 3 of them, and I think we'll probably keep him next season as the backup, and I think that's the role that he has to play. But I think with how Callan did, and I know, it's the National League South, it's a big step up for him. I think him and Beckham can fight out for this right wing spot. I think we're going to look at training him to play forward, but I think him and Beckham will fight out for the right, and then Maguire Drew will fight out on the left. I want to say he'll fight out with Asamuga, but I think it's going to be more likely that we bring in another winger and look at kind of a Samuga just being that guy that covers all three. Up front is an issue in itself. We've got Cargbo, and Cargbo is the guy. But after that, it's a case of it's players that can kind of fill that gap. And I think if we can get Adekoya, I'd quite happily have him and Cargbo as the two strikers for next season. I think they could very much do a good job. But I think our squad is fine. I think we'll comfortably survive next season. I think mid-table, top half finish is what I'm looking at for us for next season. The fact that we've got a massive wage budget and a massive transfer budget, I feel like we could do some cool things in the summer. I will say that I'm going to look at jobs in the summer. I'm not gonna be stupid and go, all right, well, let's go and get a. I think realistically, if we're looking at the league table here, if we're getting a Doncaster or an Oldham, a Chesterfield who haven't gone up again, I think realistically, if you're getting if one of the big teams in this league sack their manager, I'd probably think about it. But I want a League Two job. I think if we can get, I want Dagenham to sack their manager. I want to take over at Dagenham. But I think if we can get a League Two job and jump an entire league instead, then I think that's the way to go. But if we could, get a Wrexham or a Mansfield, teams that you can take over, make a couple of small tweaks and shoot out of this league, I think it'll be there. I'm going to keep an eye on jobs. I'm not saying I'm going to go, but if I can get a League Two job, I think we'd be stupid to say no. But that is going to be where we end the episode. If you've enjoyed this episode, please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. All the support really does mean the world to me. I have been Justin, and you have had just enough.